Shalom, shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elder bishops here at Great Millstone. Shalom to you, brothers. That's pushing the work in truth with all sincerity. Of course, bringing forth the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai in these last and evil days. That testimony is the spirit of prophecy. All right. And we're going to be persecuted for that testimony. Okay, because it's a witness against this world and their hurtful works. Okay. And yeah, you know, these Edomites are you know, constantly moving forward with their agenda, and nothing's going to stop it. You know. All right. And the scriptures say in 2 Thessalonians, the Lord will let until he's taken out of the way. Okay. And so he's going to accomplish, you know, that which the Lord has set out for him to accomplish. All right. That 2 Thessalonians 2:7 says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work." All right. And that was dealing with the Roman Empire and the wickedness that they were spreading in the known world at that time. Okay. Only he, and here's the point I want to capture, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So this thing has to be done, you know. Scriptures talk about this said measures. All right. And one of those measures is what? You know, the persecution of the prophets, the men of the Lord, for the word that we speak. Okay. All right. Esau is just going to be really going after anybody that speaks against his establishment. All right. But we're told not to fear, you know. And I want to play a video really quick. But I'm going to hit these precepts first, and then I'm going to go to this video, and then maybe some more precepts, some more points, and then we're going to close. You know, Revelations 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea." Woe meaning destruction. Okay? Because it's coming. All right. "For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." All right. And Esau is going to try his damnness to acquire as many souls as he can. All right. And you know, try to force, you know, or will force you into detainment. All right. And ultimately he's going to give you an ultimatum, you know, choose his way. All right. Because if you're speaking against the image of the beast, you know, it's pretty much already over with, you know, and they already covered the ground as far as, you know, the technology, as far as, you know, making a list of those who are against them and who are speaking against the establishment and those who are for it, you know. All right. So Salakia. All right. So he knows that he has a short time. Now, I'm going to play this video. Okay. And fair use. All right. Because the future of America is bleak, you know. There ain't no future, as the scriptures say, you know. All right. So let's go ahead and play this.
The Trump administration is planning to spend more than $38 billion to acquire warehouses across the U.S. in order to retrofit them into new ICE jails with capacity for tens of thousands of prisoners. 16 large buildings will be converted into regional processing centers, jailing more than 1,000 immigrants at a time, with a further 8 large detention centers capable of holding 7,000 to 10,000 prisoners for an average of 2 months. That's
right. And it ain't just going to be immigrants. It's going to be those who they deem as dissidents or domestic terrorists. All right. It ain't just going to be immigrants. It's always ambiguous when you're dealing with the so-called white man and his policies. They're always ambiguous, and they always have an ulterior motive. All right. And really, they want to shut down the avenues of truth because they're looking real bad. And, as the scriptures say, man, they shall uncover their most secret parts. And now the world knows, this devil is the devil for real. Okay. He is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. All right. And what is his response going to be? Well, he's going to go after anybody that speaks against him. Okay. Because you're going to have, like we always speak on, generated crises, and then you're going to have, lone wolves, creating chaos, or what do you want to call it? Agents of chaos, or, agent provocateurs out here doing certain things, and they got to find someone to blame. All right. And they're going to be blaming the average everyday person, you know what I'm saying? Especially the men of the Lord, the prophets. So just want to show you how, which I'm sure brothers already ran into this, if you didn't, then there you go, they're pushing for a police state. All right. And we know this is just not limited to immigrants or people who's in America with undocumented, All right. And then it's going to be a very, bleak, dark future, man. Okay.
According to documents first revealed by the Washington Post. This comes as a Reuters review found hundreds of judges around the United States have ruled more than 4,400 times since October that President Trump's administration is detaining immigrants unlawfully. Yet the administrations continue jailing people indefinitely, even after courts rule the policy is illegal.
See? And the scriptures say he spake as a dragon. Okay. And that's what's happening. He's speaking as a dragon. They're not stopping just because the rules say they can't do certain things. They get to bend the rules to their will. All right. I think it's 13. So lock in. This is Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. Right. That's the two-party system, to political party system that is set up. All right. To, make you believe that they're here for, to save you, that they're here to help. All right. But in reality, this establishment, this two-party system is what is it's a dragon, right? Okay. And what that's dealing with, how harshly it's going to be, they're going to be ruling, and they're already doing, some harsh things. Okay. All right. But what are we told? We're told not to fret, not to have any fear. All right. Because these things must come to pass. Revelations 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. All right. Right. And the horns represents the power, the strength to rescue. Okay. The lamb represents the innocent type of, imagery that is, that they're the helper. Okay. And in this, innocent. Okay. And he spake as a dragon. All right. And we always go into this, but why not? Revelations 13:11, dragon, dracon. All right. Dracon. All right. And this is the same word for draconian. Okay. When you look it up, and I'm going to look it up on the etymology of it. But here it just says dracon, a dragon, a great serpent, a name for Satan. All right. So check this out. Okay. This ain't a new trick, but it's draconian. All right. So it says pertaining to Draco, the ancient Greek statesman. So it's a Greek word, all right, in reference to laws rigorous, extremely severe or hard, which is coming. It's coming to America. And we've said it, All right. So it says Draco is the Latinized form of Greek dracon. So this is just a Latinized form. All right. All right. And Latin, it means what? Or the rigorous laws. In reference to laws, rigorous, extremely severe. Okay. So name of an archon of Athens who laid down a code of laws for Athens that mandated death as punishment for minor crimes. His name seems to mean literally sharp sighted. You see, and that's what that's what this administration is. They're sharp sighted, you know, very vengeful. Okay. But what are we told? We're told not to fret, man. We're told not to have any fear. Right? Revelations 2:10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Right? And this is all those sites that they're rendering to detain people. That is for that is for the agenda that they're about to push. All right, with this, when they make the change over to the digital system, and those that become dissent or dissidents or rebellious to that system, this is what this is in place for. Nothing else, nothing more, man. The immigration is just a smokescreen. It's a Trojan horse to what? To actually start going after people who speak against the systems. Watch. All right. And they may be able to detain you. You know, they say in 2 months, but they can do it indefinitely. Or, through the Spirit, maybe the Lord allow for you to, come up out of that, But we know it says, be faithful unto death. All right. So fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right. And then depending on how far down the line we are, towards that chip, the scriptures talk about in 2nd Esdras 16th chapter. All right. Here, let's get it. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. Now, those are the troops. Okay, those are going to be the troops in the times of the hour of temptation. All right, because society is going to be shut down. Right, there's going to be travel bans and things of that nature. Okay, it's going to be, it's going to be really dark times. Okay, and depending on how far along we are, because with a matter of months, this is going to be a thing in 2026. America's getting arrested, detained, and they're not done yet, man. They're not done yet. Okay. All right. The scriptures depict this whole scenery, this whole, thing taking place, where you got mass incarceration in a police state, Okay. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And it's coming to the point where the chip is going to be mandatory, right? And those that are detained, all right, you're going to have to, opt into digital ID, opt into the MOTB, the mark of the beast, okay, to even be functional or to function in society. All right. And most people are going to be put to death. They're going to have to make the choice whether to be to take the chip or to be put to death. OK. And Trump, Nero has been talking about summary executions, or firing squads and things of that nature. And I know it sounds dark. It really, all of this is dark, and it seems like there's no hope, but these are the final things that must take place. But there actually is hope. All right. Because that's when the elect are going to be known, and the Lord is going to raise a standard against him. And I'm a witness, I've had the visions, and I don't get to choose what visions I've had. I have, but in these visions, I was detained on multiple occasions, multiple visions. I was detained, and either we escaped, all right, and an angel showed up, and immediately after the angel showing up, I had spiritual powers and other, in other visions. Okay, and that was a foreshadowing of things that's going to be done in that time. And believe me, I believe it with my whole heart. And you got to believe it too, that the Lord is going to save us. All right. Okay. So verse 69, they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach. Because their whole thing is to get you to what? Convert. They don't care. The scriptures say, let no man take your crown. What do you think Esau is trying to do? Okay. All right. They're going to be geared to, trying to, convert Jake or, force Jake, or giving them the ultimatum, giving us the ultimatum, But those that consent unto them shall be had in derision. You're going to be mocked. Because what? It was to deceive you in the first place. Okay. It says, and trodden underfoot, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So those times are coming, and these detainment centers, this is nothing more than a setup for that. Okay, so we're seeing it all unfold right in front of our eyes. All right, it says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. And that's why the Lord told us to be as pilgrims. The catch is to be as a pilgrim, just like our forefathers were. They knew that at their current time and the time that they were living, it wasn't really a time of their rest. Now we have a rest, and that's the future world to come. And we're holding on and hoping, all right, in that, okay, in the kingdom to come. Salaki, if I kind of mispronounced it, but it's okay. All right. So it says here, all right, then shall they be known who are my chosen. All right. And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Right. So we're going to go through certain afflictions, maybe being detained, maybe on the run. But guess what? The Lord's going to lift up a standard. And then shall they know who my elect is. Right. All right. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. All right. And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Right. Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. See, for God is your guide. All right. So you can't doubt. All right. And all you got, the only way you can make it out of this is through Yahweh Shai, period, point blank. Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Those are the troops. Right? The spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Now, what is the standard? It literally goes into fleeing and flying away. And I literally had that vision before I even read that precept, found that precept, or heard a brother reading that precept. I had the vision that I was detained in a detention center with the barbed wire, the fences, the tall fences of the barbed wire, and the angel appeared. All you can see is light. And as soon as he appeared, I got spiritual power and I leaped the fence. You got to believe in that. I didn't, choose that vision. That the Lord showed me exactly what's going to happen. What you want me to do? I'm going to believe. Okay. Isaiah 59:19, the word here for standard. All right. Literally exactly what I seen in the vision, bro. Can't make this up. The Hebrew word is nasa, all right, or nawas. Okay, excuse me, Salaki for that. Nawas. To flee, escape, to flee, to escape, to take flight, depart, disappear. See? And that's exactly what happened in the vision, you know? And then I had other instances when I had visions of me being locked up with Wesley Snipes, of all people. And I mentioned this before in the lesson before, you know, and it's just a testimony of a vision. That's it, you know, and it's a foreshadowing of things to come. But I had a vision where I was locked up in prison and I was alongside Wesley Snipes, and we were escaping together. You imagine that? Now I don't know if odds are I'm not gonna be next to Wesley Snipes, right? You know, but the Lord might, you know, might have it where I'm kicking ass like Wesley Snipes. Who knows? You know, you don't know, but for sure we had the vision that was chaos, and you know when that time comes, just like was it Peter who was in the prison, or Paul Salaki? They were in the prison, right? And the angel came. All right. Okay, let me see. Here. And they was in prison for what? For the word. All right. We have examples, man. All right. Imprisonment and release. The apostles meet opposition. Then the high priest rose up, and all they that were with him, which is the sect of the Sadducees, and were filled with indignation, and laid their hands on the apostles and put them in the common prison. But the angel of the Lord by night opened the prison doors and brought them forth and said, go stand and speak in the temple to the people all the words of this life. See? So they got arrested and the angel released them. And the next day they was back preaching. You know, not that we probably not even going to be, you know, giving a message, because by that time there's going to be a famine of the word. But we're going to be a witness to those who believe, right? Certain miracles being done in these trying times. Says the Lord's going to bring us through. All right. Imagine your brother being detained, and the next day you see him and he's out, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, right? I thought you were going for good, and that could be a faith builder for those who get to witness that, you know. All right. Okay. You know, and then it's the thing, like, you can't doubt. What I'm gonna doubt for? I don't get to choose how the movie plays out. I mean, the script is already written. So if the Lord told me, yeah, when that time comes when you get detained, I'm gonna visit you and I'm gonna get you out. That's essentially what the Lord told me in the vision, more than 2 occasions. What you want me to do? All I can do is believe. You see? And that's what this truth is all about. You got to believe. And who else going to save us? You ain't going to save yourself by your own strength and might. So what you going to do? Esau is cornering. The Lord's allowing him to corner us, so to speak. All right? Because it's going to take a level of faith that we never had before. We're going to have to be under a level of pressure that we never been before. For that miracle to come out, for that help to come. As the scriptures say, they scarcely are saved. We're scarcely saved. All right. Scarcely meaning in dangerous situations, dangerous times. All right. And I believe that with my whole heart. Okay. See, and it's individuals who shy away from these topics that pretty much they're going to succumb to them, and they're going to be their biggest test. All right. But we got to embrace what the Lord is, has said. I mean, this stuff, I've been going through this stuff in my mind for the last 5 years being detained, being locked up every day. You know, at some point you got to be like, man, it is what it is. What, you know what I'm saying? You going, what you going to cry about it? You going to complain about it? All I do is pray about it. Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai now am I and right. Don't let these cowards consume me. Don't let these cowards devour me. You know? All right? So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying, Till next time, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak. Double honors to our apostles and elder bishops here at Great Millstone. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom.